Hi everyone, Molly, the Purple Door Psychic, coming to you with our next card in our Tarot Tuesday series. Now, we are coming to the end of the major arcana. Next week will be the final card. And then after that, we will start going into the suites and discussing the cups, the aces, the wands, the swords, those kinds of things. But for right now, we are going to be focusing on Judgment. Now, I know this card seems a little heavy, and at times it can be, because when we are in this position, we are looking at self-evaluation, awareness, reflection, kind of trying to see what's going on around us and what we're about. Just like judgment. I mean, the card's called Judgment for a reason, because we are judging not only ourselves, but also those around us when this card pops up. Now, when it's like this in the reverse, there's a lot of self-doubt. There's a lot of lack of awareness. There's a lot of lessons to be learned, some self-loathing, just a lot of what if, what if, what if, what if, what if. But as I mentioned, this way in upright, we're going to be looking at just a lot of introspection, a lot of deep diving in ourselves. We've talked about some of these cards being connected to mental health, and this is another one of those that is connected to mental health issues. And so when we see it in a drawing or in a spread, whether it's past, present, future one, whether it's Celtic spread, whether it's any other kinds of spreads that there are around, when we see this and we're talking about the person who's asking the questions, then we know that that person is struggling with things. We know that if we are drawing this card for ourselves, that obviously there is something that we're struggling with, and that we need to really reevaluate some things and take stock of some things. Now, with that being said, I'm not saying if you see this card, quit your job, divorce your spouse, move somewhere else. I'm not saying any of those things with this card. What I'm saying with this card is that it is kind of like one of those ones where it's like, you need to take a moment. You need to focus on you. You need to focus on what's going on around you. Deep breaths, deep breaths, deep breaths as you're doing these focusings on yourself and everything. And you need to fully look at the bigger picture within of what's going on within you and your world around you. Because it's about awakening. It's about purpose. It's about finding out what's going on in your life. So it's a very, very important card when it's pulled. Granted, not to say that there are cards that are not important. All the cards are important, but this one is super important. So as I mentioned this way, it's kind of like, hey, you're doubting yourself too much. Why are we doubting ourselves? Why are we listening to that little voice in the back of our head when we should be telling it Silencio Bruno and telling it, I'm not going to really listen to you. Although, I mean, it's a great notification being like, hey, by the way, you might want to check in on some things. So yeah, so when it comes to Judgment, as I mentioned, it is one of those self-reflection cards, whether it's upright or reversed. I apologize. I have the midday yawns again. Whether it's upright or reverse, we want to make sure that we are paying attention to it, because like I said, it's one of those what's like not necessarily a red flags kind of card, but just want to be like, hey, hi, just so you know, I'm here. Some stuff's going on that you need to take a look at. You need to take a look at what's going on inside yourself, outside your world, everything else. And as I've mentioned before, if the person that you are going to for your readings is not a licensed mental health professional, meaning that they went through and got their master's in psychology or social work and is a therapist in their day-to-day life, or a psychologist or somebody along those lines who has the training and the knowledge, please do not accept any diagnoses from them. You can accept opinions, you can go ahead and accept those kinds of things, but definitely do not be like, oh, well, so I went and had a reading and my tarot card reader sat there and told me that I have bipolar disorder. No. Sorry. Like I said, I got the odds. Okay, so I'm going to put it to you real and straight. Unless we have those qualifications, unless we have those licenses, unless we have them from the state that we are living in and practicing in, do not listen to your tarot card reader if they tell you, oh, the cards are showing me that you have depression. You need to start taking Xanax. No, they can be like, oh, wow. So the cards are showing me that, you're probably not feeling like yourself lately. Is there anything that I can do to help you? I'm not a trained mental health professional, but I am a kind and listening ear. So those are the differences. I hope you can hear the differences and understand the differences because, like I said, unless we are licensed and qualified to do those things, you should not be listening to your tarot card reader if they're trying to. Hmm, so sorry, like I said, I got the guns. You should not be listening to your tarot card reader if unless they have those things because I work in the mental health arena. However, I am not qualified to give any mental health advice. I am, however, qualified to sit down with you and be a caring person and listen to your troubles for a little bit. I am a spiritual healer, so I can heal you spiritually. But with that being said, I am not a medical healer, so I cannot heal you physically. So please, please, please keep in mind all these things while you're going forth because uh, there are a lot of people out there who are psychics and whatnot who will tell you, oh, well, you need to do this, you need to do that. We should not ever tell you what you should do. We really, really shouldn't. That is not our place. Our place is to advise. Our place is to show you this is what the cards are saying, and leave it up to you. Our place is to listen to you, listen to the universe, listen to what's going on all around you, and help you as much as we possibly can without being your therapist, without being your doctor, without being those things, but by being a caring friend and a caring person. So, with that being said, I know that got a little heavy, but I just want to make sure because I've been seeing a lot of things on social media lately with uh, some psychics putting it out there that, oh, hey, that abusive boyfriend that you were with that you're still absolutely not over, I can do a love spell to help get him back. No, 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 none of that. So um just please be cautious when you're doing this because there are a lot of people out there who claim to be psychics, can read tarot cards. I mean, you don't have to be a psychic to read tarot cards. I can tell you that right now. But there are a lot of people out there who claim to be psychics. And as you see, I keep using air quotes because not a lot of these people are. And for, a certain amount down, they can go ahead and they can create a love spell. They can create a money spell. They can create a career spell. They can create this, that, and everything else. And as a practicing Wiccan, I'm here to tell you that we don't do that because it's called personal gain. In fact, my readings are free. The number one reason why my readings are free is because the last time I was paid to do readings, I was working for Miss Cleo. I know that dates me, but yes, I was working for Miss Cleo and could not get an accurate reading to save my life. Stopped working for her, stopped taking payment for doing readings and tarot work. Been fine ever since. So that's what I mean by personal gain. But yeah, I just want you to be aware out there. As I mentioned, next week will be our very, very last card. So it should be a lot of fun talking about that. And then we'll be going into the suites. And as always, if you need anything, feel free to reach out to me, purpledoorpsychic@gmail.com. You can also follow me on my socials if you want to. Don't have to, just you can. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great day.